The call that changed everything. The call that changed everything, Charlotte Naugle.
When I was sitting on my balcony, which I love to do, watching the activity on the Nile River, I got the phone call, an important, very important phone call. Is this the American teacher? Asked the Minister of Higher Education. Yes. Can you come and do a demonstration lesson for us? We have a special program. And I said yes before I even realized I'd even said it. And just like that, I found myself on a Monday morning in a classroom, not in a moment, because the next 7 years would shape my life. I walked into Cairo University. I was the only American on campus. 400 graduate students looked at me. They were staring back at me, wondering who was this person. But I smiled and I looked back at them. Now, the interesting thing is, the young women were all on one side and the men were all on the other. And I thought, oh my God, there's a line between these. They don't even talk to one another except at break. And my job was to prepare them to work in international businesses in Egypt. My gosh, what have I done? I thought to myself. I stared at them. My Arabic was very weak, but then I found out that English was going to be, instruction would be all in English. Oh, well, that's good. So let's move forward, because I did see some possibilities. And the girls were darling and the men were cute. So I decided that I wouldn't come with a lecture, I would come with a bridge. I came to teach not just how to work in international companies, but how to work with emotional intelligence, how to navigate the complexity of life with ease and grace, and how to make ethics not just a policy, but a practice. But most important, how to reclaim the power of choice. You see, many Egyptians believe they have no choice. Fate is their life. So having to really give some instruction in that arena was tough. They laughed at my Arabic often. I laughed at their English. We told stories. We practiced. We did role play, did things that they had never, ever done in their life. For 7 years, I stood in classrooms where curiosity burned much brighter than any fear, where students leaned in. When I was teaching in American universities, students leaned back. They were hungry for my perspective of the world. And I watched transformation unfold in their lives, not just in them, but in me as well. They were so much fun to work with. I loved being there. And as part of that work, as I grew in the time that I was there, I helped 7 students win Ford Foundation scholarships to complete their master's degree here in the United States. I was very proud of them and myself. And then came the Arab Spring. The streets erupted, schools closed, and I was evacuated, pulled from the work mid-sentence, mid-story. It felt like leaving a sacred space before my work was complete. But even in that crisis, I knew deep down that education has to be the force that equips people to live with empathy and purpose. Peace must be intentionally designed, and leadership must be the kind that heals conflict. Today, I carry those classrooms in my bones. That divided room in Cairo University etched in my soul, not as a memory, but now as a metaphor. Because when we choose to lead with courage, when we teach with the heart, when we build with meaning, even those divided spaces can become sanctuaries of learning and transformation. And it all started with a call that changed everything. Tom?